All new price predictions and some stock market news, like on Google Boogle's booming up to the moon. That's going to be very good for our leaps that we have, also our long-term shares that we have. I love Google long-term, so that is going up. We're going to go over some semiconductors, as in AMD, NVIDIA, what I'm kind of looking out for. We'll go over some Mac 7s, as in Apple's, some Teslas. Apple's up after hours as well. Apple had some pushes after 17 launch is vital for maintaining Apple's momentum. I think that comes out like September 9th or something like that. Well, Apple is up after hours as too. This is why I say the market is technically still bullish. So we did have some swing puts, right? We had some swing puts on AMD. We wanted AMD to get down to 157s in that range. Now be mindful, I don't want to just go heavy on swing puts right now because the market is still bullish. So the only swing put to the downside we had was AMD swing. And as you can see, we sold the last of our AMD swings for 36% gains and 19% gains. We got those on Friday before the market and we held them over through the weekend. So this was really the only put swing that I had. The other swing that I had, which helped, was gold. So we did 71% on gold. We also did 103% on gold calls as well. So if you look at gold is up. It's a little bit, it like literally boomed. It went to my 325 target, my 317 target. I told y'all once gold breaks that 315.20 area, I was looking for gold to boom up to 317s all the way to 325s. Gold is there. I'm going to go over new plays. I'm looking out for gold as well, and also silver. But now that the market is up after hours, this is why I didn't want to go too heavy on puts, because the market is still bearish. We don't want to flip. The market is still bullish. We don't want to flip bearish too fast when the market is still technically making new all-time highs, right? We haven't broken any key supports yet. As y'all know, on the SP500, the support is 635.90. If you look at your 5-minute chart, what did we bounce off today? Support right here, we had a little bounce off. Support down here, we had bounced off of that, and now we're up after hours as some stocks are going up. So those are technically your still levels, same levels for the SP500. And where SP500 is now, there's really not much to do in that range. We need SP500 to give us a little bit more direction, because if you look at like the hourly chart, we've kind of just been bouncing around in here, not really going anywhere directional, right? Because when you have directional, you get the easier plays. But with the swings and everything, make sure you guys join the team. First in the description, you got the Elite Monthly, Elite Yearly, and also lifetime memberships that comes with personal training. So probably best bang for your buck if you want to learn my strategy and how I look at the market every morning. But yeah, so that's what S500. Let's head and go over to, let's start with the semiconductor. So let's start with NVIDIA. NVIDIA did have a bigger drop on today. We're going to take all the levels off NVIDIA, and now we're just going to put new levels on here. So I would say our new support level on NVIDIA is probably right around 169.35. There is no clear resistance. So pretty much in this range of NVIDIA, there's not much I can do. Unless we come back down tomorrow and we break this support, then I'll probably be looking for puts tomorrow. Other than that, if we go up, there's not really much I can do in NVIDIA in this range. I don't want to buy more long-term shares just yet. I don't want swing calls. I don't want leaps. I'm just kind of more looking towards the put side. Once we break that support area, that's pretty much it. Long-term shares I'm holding, I'll just keep accumulating. AMD, we have about 25% of our leaps left of AMD, so looking to kind of hold those through to see if we can have some more strength. AMD shares, not looking to buy any just yet. I do want to update levels on AMD, so all new levels on AMD right now that we'd be looking out for. You have your resistance at about 168.60. If we break that, then I'll start looking for calls. If we don't break that, I'm not really looking for calls just yet on AMD, unless it's like something shorter term, as in like scalping wise, then I'll look for potential calls on AMD, because I usually scalp every morning the market is open, right? I'm not on the market all day. I'm usually in the market for like an hour every morning, and that is it. That is all I do, hour morning. When we open to about like 9:30 a.m. Central Time, I'm pretty much done looking at the market. I do everything I need to do within that first hour. So whenever you join the team, you'll see for that hour, and that'll be it, right? You have the whole day to go do something else, go watch videos or whatever you want to do. So I think it's a very freedom risk as well. So we have resistance, we have support. In between this range, there's not much we could do as in like a bigger play. So a bigger swing, call, put, not much. We already played the big put. It broke our levels. Now we have to wait for like that new kind of put swing to kind of form. It has not formed yet, because my first target was below 157. The low today was around 156s. That's why we sold all of the puts. And good thing we did, because AMD kind of had this nice push up. We sold all the puts right here. Had a nice push up here, stalled, and it's even going up more. So we'll see as it comes back down. I'll probably look for some more puts if we come back down and break this support area on that AMD front. We can go head over to TSM. TSM has the same support since we closed above it. 227.65, resistance 238. TSM does look good for swing puts. So TSM is something I'm looking out for. If we break this 227.65, if we break that, but we would also probably need to break around 226.10 of resistance area for me to want to get puts again on TSM. Then I'll be looking for TSM to go down here around the 218s, 217s, and kind of get that more pull down. So I'll be looking for puts probably around this area, but you'll all see that live in the Discord. And then resistance about 238. So probably not really looking for upside plays. We could go up, but it just doesn't really interest me. There's nothing really to aim for because I like to play to targets. I think my strategy is very simple. I play to targets, find entries, and I kind of just play in the price of direction to just try to have the most high probability of winning. But that's what I'm looking for TSM for future plays. Broadcom, I got long-term shares holding through. They do have earnings on Thursday, so we will see how Broadcom earnings does. Last earnings, they had a little drop. They stalled out for like a week and a half, and then all they did was just go right back up. So if they drop, I think that's going to lead to some opportunities of potential scalp plays. So I think anything with Broadcom that I do newly, I would have to wait for earnings to come out. Support was 289.75, and your resistance actually needs to move up to about 305.75. So those are your two levels on Broadcom, but obviously I have long-term shares kind of holding that through, and we're going to just wait till the earnings comes out. So whether we go up, go down, then I'll kind of see what I want to do with Broadcom for like anything new. BBAI, same levels. I don't see any buys on BBAI, so 475 support, 530 resistance. That's about the same. SMCI came down to the support area around 40.30. I would say that's still the support. Resistance level 44.55. That's still the resistance. There's nothing I would do as like a buy over here on SMCI. The only time that I would want to play SMCI is if it comes back up and breaks resistance. Then that means that it's showing strength. So I'm in no rush. I want to wait for the stock to actually show strength first. Then I can start looking to play it, not before as it's dropping, right? I don't need to catch every percentage. I like to play it when it's an actual play. So I see price very differently. When something's a play and when something is just moving are two very different things in my opinion. So that's why I'm looking out for like SMCI. SOUN had a nice little push up. It's have a new support. Probably new support is like around $12 even. I really don't see a resistance just yet. Maybe you have a small one like around 14.10. That's about it on that one. CRWV hit support perfect, 92.20. If it breaks that support, I'll probably see CRWV coming down below 80s. So that might be a potential put option play. You do have a new resistance now on CRWV, which could be very interesting, right around 101.90. That if it holds that support and comes back and breaks this resistance, that might be time to play some shares and possibly calls. It will be a very high risk, high reward type of stock, type of play. So I'll be watching out for CRWV in those two areas. Then if we go to CrowdStrike did break support. Like I told you, I'm pretty bearish on CrowdStrike. I want it to go down below 400, and it is kind of going in that trajectory. I would say your support is probably around 407.30. So watch that support. If it breaks that, I might try to play puts for it to go below the 400s. Other than that, there's not really much I see on the CrowdStrike front right now. Even on like Cloudflare still has the same resistance at 212.55. It would have to break that. Then I'll be looking for calls for it to go up to 219.15s. You see how Cloudflare has not turned bearish yet. It has the drops, but it never really broke a key support area. It almost did here, but it never turned bearish, and all it does is just go back up. So you want to be very careful trying to load the boat up on puts right now when the market is still technically bearish, because you're going to get very like abnormal moves, as in like say you're trying to play puts or something, but the market is still bearish, and you're going to get these rip ups after hours. Like Google start ripping up after hours. S&P 500 starts ripping up after hours. It's just going to be a little more harder to try to play it when you're playing the wrong side of direction. So I think it's the best thing, kind of just focus on the one side. And right now we are technically bullish. I am playing some puts on some things, but overall I'm still bullish on the market. Yeah, that's Cloudflare. Let's go to Palantir. So Palantir has really two support areas, one at 149.90 and also another one at 154.60. I'll probably leave both of those on there since we kind of close with both. And then smaller resistance is about 160.85. You also have another resistance at about 158.25. So watch out for those two areas. If we break both resistance levels, Then Palantir might want to go up to the 164s. If we break both the puts, then Palantir might want to go down to the 140s. Still kind of waiting for Palantir to move. It has not moved. If you look at the hourly chart, it's just been stalled in here. So we still need some movement on Palantir. We got some news coming in this week, some bigger news. So maybe that'll help Palantir start moving. We'll see. SoFi had a little push down as well. New support on SoFi will probably be around 2380. Resistance level, I'm also change. I'm going to put resistance level at about 2570. That'll be resistance. If we come and break resistance, then maybe SoFi might want to start pushing up to the 29s. That might be a possible share play that I might do. We'll kind of see. But yeah, SoFi doesn't really excite me that much. If we go to Tesla, Tesla has the same levels. I don't really see much of Tesla in this area as me like wanting to buy anything, swing puts, calls, nothing really in this area. I wait for it to break support at 321 and resistance at 348.40, but more on that in the Discord. We'll go over the Tesla in the morning. What might be a potential play on it, but I just don't see it yet. Any questions, join the team, anything like that, willknowledge77@gmail.com. Make sure you guys join the team. Prices probably go up in about 2 days on Thursday or maybe Friday. Monthly elite year and lifetime membership. So whenever you join, you get access to the Discord. That's when every morning you get to see me trade my scalps live, any longs, any swings. You can ask questions, any analysts on stocks that you want. Then usually live for about an hour and then I'm off. I'm not looking at the market all day. I'm not looking for trades all day. That's just not what I do, right? Get on, get off, have freedom. So email questions, anything like that. Support 225.50, resistance 232.20, same levels on Apple, but as you guys know, we're pretty much above that now. So Apple still has not reached all-time highs. I was looking for calls on Apple once it broke that resistance level. It just so happened to do it all after hours. So we'll see if we maybe try to pull down tomorrow at open or something to give us some areas to get in for like some calls. But I'll give you two resistance areas now. One at 237.25, and then you have another one at 239.55. And maybe once we start breaking that 239.55, I might try to play some calls up here because I still technically want Apple to go to all-time highs. So we'll see with that on Apple for anything possible. Google's at all-time highs at 227s after they delayed a fine against Google for Intech, and I also think they sealed some stuff for the court of like their search online monopoly. So we'll see, but they are up a lot. So we have leaps. They'll probably be over 200%. We sold half of our leaps once Google broke all-time highs here, and we still have the other half. We'll probably sell some more Google leaps once it's up to those 227s. Because remember, once you join the Discord, you get access to my leaps as well that I do. But yeah, we'll probably sell some of those. We have a lot of Google shares. I was buying Google all through here, even more right here. So I like Google long-term. And yeah, there's really nothing to do with Google while it's at the all-time high. So I'll just clear the chart. And yeah, that's pretty much it on the Google front. Meta having a little push after hours. Not really much push though. We could take all the levels off, clear the chart off. We have resistance on Meta, I would say about 747.85. Support is not that clear, so I won't put a support on, just that resistance. And in this area, there's really nothing to do with Meta, in my opinion, in that range. Microsoft. Support, I'm going to leave it at 503.10 since we closed above it. Resistance 508.40. I am looking for a potential reversal. I was actually going to scout Microsoft this morning, but I played NVIDIA this morning, and I actually lost on the NVIDIA put that I did. It hit the target, but just won't win all of them. So Microsoft, I probably would have won on if I played that one instead. But Microsoft hit some targets to the downside. Like I told y'all, if it broke this area around like 499.90, I was looking for Microsoft to go down, and it pretty much did that. So now we just have the support, resistance, not much in this range that Microsoft that I want to do. But if we come down and break the support, which it is down a little bit after hours, maybe I can start aiming for some more puts on Microsoft. Microsoft's getting a little heavier than most, but if it breaks that resistance, maybe I might start playing some higher price movements. Amazon, let's clear the whole chart off of Amazon. Amazon, there's nothing to do in this price. Some of these stocks are in like weird ranges. There's nothing to do like kind of in these areas because they had the bigger drop. Now you need to see, are they going to continue? Are they going to rise up? Then I also need targets to aim for. It's just kind of a lot of how I see price differently than in retail. Just to have like the best win rate that I can, the most high probability win rate. I don't like to do too many trades, but support around 226, 222.25. And then you have your resistance probably around 230.30. So those are the areas on Amazon. We just got to let it move more. I do have the long-term shares, but option-wise, not really much on the Amazon front. And then health side, HIMS did break a little below support. I think HIMS is going down to the 30s, like I said. So new support on HIMS, probably around like 40.90, your new support. And then resistance on HIMS is probably around 44.30. No, nothing I see on HIMS right now. Eli Lilly, support 725, pretty much held good today. Nothing I see on Eli Lilly for any calls, but that's your support. Resistance is about 764.80 as well. We'll see how Eli Lilly wants to play. We did play it already for like 200%, so I'm in no rush to play it until I really see a play. Then support on UNH 303.10, resistance 319. Still waiting for UNH to break this bigger resistance. That's when I'm kind of looking to do more bigger calls on UNH. So make sure you join the team to see those. But yeah, I'm looking for that. I got the long-term shares in UNH. Not planning on selling those anytime soon. Our dividends, we were going over some of the dividends that we had. They're literally booming. We have Altria in our dividend account, AT&T in our dividend account, Johnson & Johnson that went up in our dividend account. What are some of the other ones? I can't remember. But we have some dividends are pretty doing good. Oh, yeah, we have O'Reilly doing pretty good in our dividend account. Probably buy some more O'Reilly pretty soon. Real estate might start doing a little bit better once we get interest rates cut. So can maybe start looking at them real estate stocks, but that might be a potential. Airlines, pretty slow. UAL at resistance. American Airlines, I mean, that's Delta. American Airlines, I actually still have the shares of American Airlines, so we're kind of just holding through. So nothing really with the airlines. Banks, pretty slow. I would still look for JPM to break those all-time highs. It's still pretty strong. Yeah, the banks are still pretty strong. Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs. Nothing I see on them, though. Maybe JPM would like the best to go back to all-time highs for potential calls. That might be decent, but yeah. Banks, airlines, gold. Gold hit all of our targets. I only have 15% left of gold. It literally did its job. So for right now, the only thing that I see on gold is I just kind of wanted to just keep going up. We have a smaller support right around 320, 340, and that's about it. I really don't see a new play on gold just yet. My only play was once it broke that resistance, right, that I told y'all for a long time. Once it breaks that, then I'm going to buy. I bought calls there, and then it went up close to over 100%. So that was the gold play. I already played it. So now I just have support, kind of waiting for that next play to form. Silver as well broke resistance. I was going to play silver, but play gold instead. Could have played both. They both would have won. Silver hit the target as well at the 37 mark. So all we have now is our current areas of smaller supports, and then I kind of just wait for the next play to form. So silver has a support around 36.85, and that's about it. We'll just leave that there. TOT had a bigger drop. Nothing going on with the bond market. I'll be buying soon, but we'll see if we get some interest rate cuts in September. That might help the bond market. We'll see. I just really don't see money flock into the bond market. Bond market has been very slow. Money's more moving to like the commodities, golds and silvers and so forth. So those are being a little bit better. OXY hit the target of 48. I'm still looking for OXY to get up into the 60s. I have shares of this one. Next resistance is probably like around 48.90. We already hit the smaller target, so we could just put new target like 54, and then just take support off for now. Nothing clear. And yeah, OXY just have shares, kind of just letting it do its thing, looking for it to go above the 60s. That's pretty much it on the oil front. And then Bitcoin is pretty slow. Same support, same resistance. Nothing really has changed on the Bitcoin front or any new buying on Bitcoin or anything like that. Hood, we could take this support off. That has been broken. Your bigger support down here around 93.55. You have a bigger resistance up here, but you also have smaller resistance levels now. Your new one's around 103.45. There's nothing new that I would do on Hood, meaning selling shares or buying. Nothing I would do it right now. Coinbase, same level since we closed above the support. And yeah, market kind of slow, market kind of boring. Hopefully market gets a little bit better tomorrow. We did a lot of trades on Friday. I did like 6 scalps on Friday because I was expecting this week to be a little bit slower, a little unrational, which we're kind of seeing. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys join the team. Always remember, no recommendation buyer, so anything just for educated purposes only. So do not trade anything you see or hear in the video. I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.